Hello, callers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to discuss on some interesting updates. We start with Joao Cancelo as Barca are still pushing to complete the Manchester City defender's capture as fresh talks are set to take place. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about this young prodigy, Lamine Yamal, as the Barca wonderkid could miss several games between November and December later this year. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona are locked in negotiations with Manchester City over the loan deal for Joao Cancelo. The Portuguese international has emerged as the club's top target in their bid to sign a new right back this summer, but Barca are yet to reach an agreement with Manchester City. As Barcelona look to advance through the deal, the club has scheduled a new round of talks with Manchester City, according to Fabrizio Romano. As mentioned earlier, Barca are yet to reach an agreement with City, particularly when it comes to the loan fee and the value of the purchase option. Fabrizio Romano suggests Barcelona want to complete the Cancelo deal very soon, and an agreement with Manchester City is getting closer. The Catalans are expected to sign the right back on a loan deal with a buy option, which will not be mandatory. So, of course, why Barcelona have been pressing so hard to sign Joao Cancelo last all summer long, the recent injury of Ronald Araujo has seemingly accelerated their pursuit of the Manchester City right back. The Uruguayan international, being out for at least a month, exacerbates the need for a new right back at the earliest, as Xavi is not left with too many alternatives. The Barcelona head coach, in fact, may have to reinstate Jules Koundé in that makeshift right back position. It is not something the Frenchman is likely to appreciate. But should Barcelona complete the capture of Cancelo, Koundé can continue to operate in his desired centre-back position. The Blaugrana, therefore, are likely to put all their efforts to reach an agreement with the Manchester City player with the coming days. Xavi would hope to have the Portuguese international at his disposal by the start of next week. So the pursuit of Joao Cancelo is still in progress. Barcelona keep talking about or keep pushing for the move, but it hasn't been easy. As Man City themselves, they are not in favor of keeping the player, but it still seems as though they are trying to make life difficult for us. Pep Guardiola is not a fan of the player anymore since they had some issues. And of course, Barcelona have been pushing so hard. Xavi has been pushing the club to go for him amid reports of a move getting closer and closer. Of course, we know Joao Cancelo is a top-class right back whose coming will really help Barcelona to have a sigh of relief as far as the right back position is concerned. We saw Ronald Araujo playing that position in the first game of the season last weekend against Getafe, and the fact that Xavi never wanted to use Jules Koundé again in that position after the centre back have already spoken his mind at the end of last season that he doesn't want to continue playing there any longer. But now that we don't have Araujo after his injury on Thursday earlier this week, I think Xavi will try to make Koundé understand that since there's nobody there who can be more effective than him, I think he should be the one to play the right back against Cadiz later today. I think it's not since it's not something permanent. I think Koundé will accept that, also knowing fully well that, you know, Joao Cancelo's move to Barca, it looks like it's going to happen. There's more likelihood than happening for Joao Cancelo. So let's just see. Now that they are saying that fresh talks are still set to begin, according to what Fabrizio Romano said, there's still a lot of things that Barca and City have to agree on But it's just a matter of time. I think they will do that. They would come to an agreement because the issue for loan fee have not been disclosed, have not been discussed or even agreed upon as of yet. And also, what I've also been making some disagreements is the amounts valued for the purchase option. Because Manchester City have already said 45 million or nothing. That's what they are asking for Barca. But by the way, it is not a mandatory purchase option. But before coming to the negotiations, the two clubs must know how much they'll have that, compromised on. Because Barca are saying that they want the purchase option to be worth 30 million, but Man City wants more than that. Then on to the final story of discussion. Lamine Yamal is quickly carving out a place for himself in the Barca first team setup under Xavi. The 16-year-old Amasia wonderkid made his senior debut towards the end of last season, following which he made a big impression during pre-season. His performance in the Joan Gamper Trophy match against Tottenham was a joy to behold, while his performance in the draw against Getafe was also noteworthy. As such, there are chances that Yamal could be set for his first start tomorrow when Barca face Cadiz. It is clear that Yamal is a special talent and Xavi has him in his plans for the season. However, Barca might have to make do without Yamal for close to a month later this year due to international commitments. Indeed, Mundo Deportivo is reporting that the teenage Wizkid will be called upon by the Spain national team for the Under-17 FIFA World Cup set to be played in Indonesia. As such, Yamal will be unavailable for selection for Barca starting from November until December 3rd, provided La Rojitas make it all the way to the finals of the tournament. The 16-year-old was a key part of the Spain Under-17 side that made it to the semi-finals of the Under-17 UEFA Euros earlier this year, finishing as a joint top scorer in the competition with 4 goals. And he is certain to be called upon to the squad for the Under-17 World Cup in Indonesia. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.